Hi, we're Mooch and I'm Harriet.
Hi, we're Mooch and I'm Molly.
Hi, we're Mooch and I'm Tom.
We are part of Launchpad, a business incubator programme that is part of Falmouth University. We all met at the university in 2016 and graduated together from our fashion marketing degrees last year. We then joined the year-long programme in January as a pre-formed team of 3 and have since been developing our business idea. Mooch will be an app and marketplace for charity shops to sell their clothing online. The charity would take photos of their pre-loved garments and upload them to the marketplace. We will support the charities by offering guidance with styling, trends and photography skills by sending out monthly packs, weekly newsletters and developing a digital training platform. The customer will go to Mooch and be able to search for items they are looking for or browse by charity, featured items or a particular filter. We want to translate that community feeling that you get when you shop in a charity shop into an online space. There will be a community page where users can share their recent purchases by uploading photos to add to their personal wardrobe and chat to other users who have similar interests to them, whether that be upcycling, vintage clothing or streetwear. It will be a place for customers to spark conversation, inspire and share tips. Once users have purchased an item, the charity will then send out the item to the customer. Mooch will act as the hosting marketplace. Mooch will charge a percentage seller fee to the charity after the garment has sold. We have reached the prototype stage in our development and are about to launch a simplified version of the marketplace with a small pool of charities. Pants Cancer Charity, based in Falmouth, is our first alpha charity to go live on the marketplace.
As a second-hand enthusiast, I couldn't resist basing my final major studies on the charity shops. Throughout my undergraduate studies at Falmouth, I gave myself the personal focus of charity retail and in particular improving the circulation of clothing and textiles. For my final outcome, I developed an app idea which was then scouted by the Launchpad team. This encouraged the 3 of us to join the course and pursue the challenge of streamlining second-hand fashion. The nation knows that having a mooch is exactly what you're doing when you're perusing the charity shops, but also Molly Mooch was my childhood nickname, so thanks Dad. Our idea has certainly developed since COVID, as we have recognised the general lack of retail support that the charities do actually receive, particularly within marketing themselves, and this is where we wanted to step in.
Previously, the charity shops haven't translated well into an online space. Charities that sell via third-party marketplaces such as eBay focus on vintage toys, collectible antiques and high-value bric-a-brac rather than pre-loved clothing. There are a lack of skills when looking through donation bags and knowing what to pick out. There are a lack of funds to invest in the online operation as well as a lack of technology. Charity shops are inundated with bags that they can't get through quick enough and so they really value getting money per kilo that recyclers will give to them as it's just easier to parcel it up. A lot of things get put straight in the bin for the ragman that are of high value and would sell well online.
Charity shop sales in the UK were at £703 million in 2017, with the market growing at a 3.2% rate year on year. Resale is particularly popular among Gen Z consumers, which is driving this market's growth at a rate 21 times faster than the primary retail sector. It is clear to witness the primary sector struggling to keep up with the demand for sustainable product and the ferocity of the trend cycle. Therefore, more and more consumers are turning to resale and second-hand for both a sustainable and stylish solution. A survey taken by the Charity Retail Association reported that 71% of respondents or charities do not currently sell online but want to do so within the next year, and this figure is likely to have gone up since COVID-19. The global scale of the resale market can be echoed within the charity sector and across the world, with thrift stores across the United States and Europe, combined with Mooch's philanthropical output and intent, could scale the second-hand and charity retail market into an international success.
Hi Jeanette, how are you today?
Hello Molly, I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, we've been incredibly busy in Pantsland, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
This is the charity that I founded after having womb cancer 13 years ago, and we raise awareness of all the pants area cancers and support people with these cancers. And we have great charity shops, but like everybody, every small charity, we've really suffered because of COVID, and we're absolutely delighted that Molly and Hetty and Tom came along and offered to include us in their scheme for Mooch. It's been an amazing journey with them. They have worked so incredibly hard to enable us to be online selling. This is something we hadn't contemplated, and we're delighted. We feel that this is going to make such a difference to the charity, and cannot praise the trio more highly than I do. we're delighted that the trio came along to our Posh Pants store in Falmouth and actually refurbished it completely, having wonderful design strategies to make it look inviting for customers to come in. They've made the shop transform into something that I think will appeal to particularly the young people around Falmouth, and that is our target with the kinds of donations we get. And of course I'm delighted that they're going to be selling online for us.
Our business so far has taught us the power of collaboration with aspiring sustainable fashionistas all across the country. The connectivity between Cornish trades and crafts, along with the reuse ethos that this county has, work hand in hand with the nature of our philanthropical journey. Starting our venture with a Cornish charity has been so beneficial for Mooch and for Pants Cancer Charity. With Mooch, we aim to increase the whole charity network within Cornwall, raise awareness of all charities and their causes in the UK, and also raise awareness of sustainable fashion approaches to reprioritise consumer spending habits. Hopefully our startup experience will gain more recognition for the fantastic Launchpad business scheme at Falmouth University, bringing more aspiring creative entrepreneurs to Cornwall.
COVID has caused quite the storm for the retail sector. Now, it's evident that COVID has had a huge impact on the entire retail market, but more specifically, the charity retail sector has suffered deeply. With many of the volunteers being vulnerable members of society and with many store spaces being smaller, charity shops have been unable to open and will still struggle with achieving footfall and consumers post-lockdown. The lack of online presence has stunted income for the sector during COVID-19. Now, originally our base idea was to have a swap shop between consumers and then to have a small collection of curated clothing from charity shops. But once COVID hit, it's presented such a threat to this market. In order for the charities to really embrace the current situation and future-proof themselves for if it were to happen again, they themselves recognise the need to be online. Mooch will introduce a similar e-commerce model to the primary sector, ensuring the charities maximum market reach and a steady income regardless of whether they have a physical store space. The response from charities so far has been fantastic, with many of them wanting not only to throw themselves in and try something new, but also to reach the online sector, where resale and second-hand is booming, to reinvigorate the sector and to alter the consumer spending habits for good.
Going forwards, we'll be using the feedback from our prototype to develop our final custom-built software to put the charities online, using innovative technologies to make the charities and shoppers' experience as seamless and user-friendly as possible.
It cannot be expressed enough how important our growing connections with the charities are at this stage and how impactful their contribution is to this movement.
But it's not just the charities, we need you. As consumers and users, we want you to be a part of this journey. It's a sustainable community collective, so please follow our social accounts and keep your eyes peeled for the launch of the prototype website at www.mooch.style.
At this stage, we're beginning to reach out to sustainable investors and those who focus on the circular economy. We're also looking for advisors within the industry who have a passion for changing consumption habits.
COVID-19 hasn't provided the reason for charity retail needing to be online. The reason was already there. However, it has given us the excuse to speed up this process and allowed us to see the true benefits that this venture can have within the charity retail sector.
Thank you for your attention. Please do not hesitate to get in touch.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.